What is up everyone, it's CMG here. So Overwatch 2's new teaser trailer for Season 14 has dropped, and there are tons of stuff to look forward to when it begins on December the 10th, including the game's newest tank hero, Hazard, which Blizzard have strangely enough named this season after. Interesting, so they've literally just called the season Hazard. That being known to us, I'm not entirely sure if there's actually a specific theme for this season. I think this might be some kind of anything goes kind of season, so if there is any kind of theme being brought to the table here, do let me know what it is, because I'm not really too sure what it is. But anyway, there are some other quite meaty stuff in Season 14 as well as Hazard, of course. We have the arrival of the 6v6 experimental game modes, which I hope will be the start of slowly introducing 6v6 back into the Overwatch 2 picture. We have a new Mythic skin for Reinhardt, the first tank hero to receive such a skin since Orisa in Season 8, so quite a long time. Overwatch 2 will also have a collaboration with another anime series, Avatar: The Last Airbender. We then have Overwatch Classic coming around again, where heroes will be altered accordingly to fit what is being called the Moth meta. If you're a Mercy main, you'll want to check this out with serious intrigue. And then finally, we have all of the usual events to make their return, such as Winter Wonderland and Lunar New Year. Okay, so here we have a roadmap of what to expect for Season 14, all laid out here. Well, almost everything. Neither of Winter Wonderland or Lunar New Year are shown here, but that's okay. I think it might be easier for me if I just talk about what we can see right here. Okay, so first of all, Hazard is the new tank hero. Overwatch 2 finally has its hero hailing from Scotland. He's a huge individual with a kit that's probably going to do a hell of a lot of things. He's a close combat brute who can chuck walls that block and do damage. He can leap violently, use a massive blade to finish enemies off, and he has a devastating ult that can lock enemies into place, dealing tons of damage, and it'll make it easier for your enemies to eliminate them and win fights. I've done a video on Hazard already explaining his kit while he was available to play about a week ago, so that's probably why I'm a bit basic with my words here. I think he's fun to play. I think it'll take some time to get used to him properly, but I'm sure after a few games, lots of players will know where he fits among the other tanks currently in the game. Will he be useful? Won't he be useful? Only time will tell, really. Design-wise, I think he's the best looking guy we've seen, and I really do hope that I can somewhat become one of his mains. Now then, here we have the introduction of the first experimental 6v6 game modes coming to Overwatch 2. This, I would like to think, is the beginning of testing the waters when it comes to slowly traversing the game back to its original roots. For the past 2 years, we've had to make do with the 5v5 structure, and there are some people that enjoy it, and there are others that are probably tired of it and want something different. I, for one, definitely miss the good old days of 6v6 gameplay, and I think it's really awesome to have this brought back, not as the core gameplay, but at least as experimental playtesting for now. We did have the chance of going back to 6v6 in the original 1.0 version in Overwatch Classic most recently, and according to the devs, this was more of a nostalgia trip rather than it being the main drive to slowly introduce 6v6's return. These new modes for Season 14, however, will test 6v6 with all of the heroes that we currently have. It's going to be really interesting to see how newer heroes that were introduced from Overwatch 2 Season 1 onwards, that were built purposefully for 5v5 gameplay, fare in 6v6. Now I'm looking at heroes like Kiriko here because she was the first hero to be added when Overwatch 2 launched 2 years ago, and her kit was built to accompany the 5v5 style. So how will she fare in a group with one extra player? We'll have to wait and see. If it hardly works, then we'll know where we stand with 6v6. If it's viable, then maybe Blizzard will have to make wholesale changes to heroes so that they can match the style. Still early to decipher, of course. Speaking of Overwatch Classic earlier though, we are getting another version of that back for Season 14 it would seem, which is rather interesting. It will bring back with it the Moth meta, which will definitely get those Mercy mains talking at least. Some say that it was the worst meta in Overwatch at the time, alongside the Goats meta, but having this back in Overwatch Classic to play for a time will most certainly be a blast. Okay, so moving on, we have the newest Mythic skin for Reinhardt, Thor, inspired by Norse Mythology to join Overwatch 2's grand collection of Mythic skins. Now, I must say, this was a bit of a surprise to me considering Rein's been given quite a lot of skins recently. I was once again hoping D.Va would finally be that one tank to get the Mythic skin of some kind, but unfortunately that won't be the case. Us D.Va mains I guess will need to wait a little while longer. Actually, speaking of D.Va, she is getting a legendary cardboard skin scheduled to be placed in the shop, which I think looks like one of the craziest skins to come from this season, so at least she has that. I'm sure that, you know, while we've got 6v6 going on in Season 14, players will have to match the Reinhardt cardboard skin alongside this D.Va skin, so seems interesting enough, right? Now, Reinhardt's Mythic here does actually remind me partially of Doomfist's Jotun skin from a few years ago. Of course, both inspired from Norse mythology, coincidentally enough from an earlier Winter Wonderland event as well. Reinhardt's Mythic takes that design idea and gives it a bit more vibrance and customizable options. You have a much earlier skin base, it looks like, that you can unlock that has less armor attached, and then probably, for the later skin tiers, you'll be able to unlock different skin styles that bring with it a helmet, different coloured beards, like blue and red, and armor padding, which I think looks awesome. I gotta say, with all of the skins Reinhardt's been receiving, like the Lich King skin from World of Warcraft, and his All Might MHA skin, Rein mains have been fed pretty well these past few months. Right, so after this, we have the collaboration with another anime series, which this time will be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, I gotta be honest here, and this is my video, so I can say what's on my mind. I don't know much about this anime. There is only one thing I do know about it, and that thing has something to do with there being a live action movie made back in 2010 called The Last Airbender, and it not getting very many good ratings at all. However, as far as the actual anime is concerned, I've heard of it, yes. Have I seen any episodes? No, I haven't. So I can't relate to any character names, story, or anything like that. Now, right at the end of the teaser trailer, we got this image as indication that Zenyatta could be the main protagonist of this anime, i.e. he will be getting the related skin to go with this collaboration. Now, here's hoping that Venture also gets a skin here, because they absolutely deserve one, and I'm starting to think worryingly that they've been completely left out of anything since their release in Season 10. I do hope they're included in this skin collaboration at least. Finally, there are of course the usual themed events that are coming back around, such as Winter Wonderland and Lunar New Year, which I won't go into much detail about because we know what these bring, which are tons of festive activity and game modes that we're all familiar with, and we'll be able to play these for a time before the events finish. Winter Wonderland brings back Snowball Offensive, Yeti Hunt and Freeze Thor Elimination, while Lunar New Year will probably bring with it a season of mischief and magic, so expect those things to include tons of festive enjoyment. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for breaking down everything that's coming in Season 14. I do apologise in advance if I have missed anything out. There is an official blog explaining all of what I tried to explain in better detail in the comments of this video, so go and check everything out there as well. So then, what do you think of the teaser trailer for Season 14? Is there anything specific that you're looking forward to the most? Let me know of your thoughts down in the comment section down below. So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. You can also check me out on all of my other social medias, my Twitter account, my Discord, and of course my TikTok, and let's not forget as well my Instagram and my Threads. There's also my Blue Sky, so if you want to go and follow me there as well, if you just happen to have a Blue Sky, you can also find me there as well. Thank you for stopping by, chaps. Have a great day, have a great life, be nice to your fellow gamers because we're all human beings. I've been CMG as always. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace.